Hello everyone, my name is Madalena Gomes and presenting with me is Catarina Silva. We are here to present the study entitled Designing Gamified Educational Interfaces, Analyzing Pedagogical Strategies for Teaching Portuguese.
Hello. The study addresses the challenges in education regarding student motivation and engagement with learning content, particularly in literary education. Portugal's students show a decline in reading habits during adolescence. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the need to adapt reading resources to digital technologies using multimedia and gamification strategies. So this made us reflect on how these strategies can be integrated into reading to promote reading practices and habits. Given the identified pedagogical challenges as well as the digital opportunities emerging, this study intends to understand the current teaching methodologies used in order to reflect on the possibilities of designing gamified educational interfaces, particularly to promote reading practices and habits. To fill a gap in data on literary education methods for Portuguese young students, interviews with Portuguese language teachers were conducted to gain a comprehensive understanding of their experiences and perceptions. This study uses a qualitative research methodology involving semi-structured interviews with 3 Portuguese language teachers from the 3rd cycle of basic education, representing different socioeconomic contexts. The data collection phase involved formulating the interview script and the interview process. The content analysis method was used for data analysis, consisting of 3 steps: pre-analysis, material exploration, and treatment and interpretation. The pre-analysis involved superficial reading of the collected data, while the material exploration phase involved identifying and categorizing the data using indexes from the interviewee's speech. The results were then processed and interpreted, making inferences based on the indicators formulated for each analysis category. Here in this slide, you can see an example of one of 3 tables created for the analysis. The excerpts were selected and organized into the defined categories and the indexes created.
So the first category analyzed students' behaviors and motivations in relation to reading, revealing divergent opinions and experiences. Most students showed disinterest in reading due to lack of contextualization and preference for quick tasks. Decontextualization of text and difficult vocabulary caused difficulty in understanding and consequent boredom. No differences were found between mandatory and recreational reading, but students that show more predisposition in reading mandatory schools literature appear to be those who already have that habit with recreational reading. The second category is learning objectives. The learning objectives are detailed in the essential learning documents by the Portuguese DGE, but the teachers highlighted the transversality and versatility of literary works and the development of thinking and reasoning skills, as well as providing perspective beyond social context. Then we tried to explore what were the students' difficulties in literary education, and the 3 teachers agreed that it was interpretation. Also, they all mentioned lack of vocabulary and consequently lack of comprehension as one of the reasons for the struggles in decoding and inferring information. Regarding vocabulary, manuals with difficult vocabulary captions are crucial but poorly designed, as students need to divert attention to check meaning. So to address this, efficient strategies should be developed to avoid interruptions during continuous reading, especially for students with concentration difficulties. Regarding methodologies and resources, teachers emphasize the importance of contextualizing literary works to stimulate students' interest in reading. Interactive resources like videos and animations are used for this initial contact. Reading and text analysis are discussed in class with strategies like question marks, explanations, and directed questions. Traditional resources like worksheets and exercises are also used. Videos and animations are the type of interactive resources preferred in the classroom due to time constraints. And one interesting finding was that Kahoot, a very quick to answer game, is highly appreciated by students. The design of resources has identified gaps and important considerations, including the need for new visual strategies to help students locate text meaning, the childishness of certain resources for the pre-adolescence phase, the importance of coherence between text and visuals, and also maintaining balance between the amount of text and visual elements. To conclude, this study uncovered significant challenges and opportunities for literary education in the digital world. Firstly, it was verified that the majority of students in the group of teachers that were interviewed demonstrate, in fact, a lack of interest in reading and literary education. The lack of context of the works and their respective outdated vocabulary result in reading and interpretation difficulties, which leads to disinterest. Teachers also face limitations in the resources they can use in class due to time constraints, although they observe increased engagement when more interactive resources are used. And reflecting on the potential of gamified educational interfaces to promote reading habits, it is evident that a balance in the strategies that support continuous reading and those that encourage students' engagement. Finally, visual elements should align closely with text descriptions suitable for the target audience and not appear overly simplistic or childish. These were the uncovered challenges and opportunities found, and we hope these insights will guide innovative approaches to enhance literary education. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you.